I'm really excited because I'm doing a training today for a company on stereotypy. What's really interesting, I created content when the Do Better movement started in 2018. It was part of our Navigate Challenging Behavior Better series presentation. And I had like a little section in there on best practices for stereotypy. I obviously have revised and updated them to incorporate more neurodiversity affirming aspects. Even in 2018, I had neurodiversity affirming aspects, but it's been almost 10 years. So there's obviously a lot of changes that can happen. And it's actually quite surprising to me that this is the first time that a company has asked for a training on stereotypy. Out of all the different trainings that I do, I think this topic is one of the most important because it's an area that our field historically isn't necessarily looking at from the lens that it probably should be. I know when I first started in the field, there was a heavy focus on hands down, quiet mouth, sit still. Of course, that's not what I'm going to be training on. We're asking better questions. I wanted to just highlight 3 of the things that I'll be looking at in this training. The first is the stereotypy actually interfering with learning, safety, or meaningful participation? Or are we just uncomfortable because it looks different? That's one question we need to be asking. The second is, what is the stereotypy doing for the learner? Is it creating joy? Is it regulation? Does it have some level of predictability? Is it helping their body stay organized enough to be here with us? I know that might sound odd for a behavior analyst to say, but there's research showing that stimulatory behavior, that we all engage in it and it serves a function for our body. So we do need to talk about that. And then third, this is kind of like going in the other extreme where I definitely am encouraging people to make sure they're not just trying to reduce stereotypy, but then I've seen other situations where people say, so we just allow it. And of course, that generally speaking is the case, but for some situations, if there's a safety concern or if the environment's not being addressed, we're doing a disservice to our client. Not because we shouldn't be allowing the stereotypy, but if that's where we end our evaluation, then we're not looking at what is it in the environment that is creating such a high level of stereotypy in the first place. What changes do we need to make? Because even though stereotypy is regulatory in nature, and I'm not pathologizing it, very high rates of stereotypy often mean that the person is not feeling that felt safety and they're pretty much dysregulated often. So if we're just like, we let stereotypy happen now, and we don't look at like, well, why is this person engaging in such a high level of stereotypy to begin with? Are there things we need to change in the environment? Is it truly just bringing them joy? Or are there things we need to be changing in the environment to help them feel more comfortable? Those are questions we need to be asking. So those are the 3 main things that we're going to focus on, and I'm really looking forward to the discussion. Obviously, the goal with talking about stereotypy, looking at what are the different reasons it might be happening, what are the different supports we might put into place, is not to make autistic people look less autistic. The goal is to build an environment where people feel safe, supported, connected, free to show up as themselves.